Hey! Please do not go out of your way to harass the user in question. Also, note that this channel is based off satirical humor. We tend to say a lot of crude things, so if you don't enjoy extremely rude humor, then we suggest you click away while you still can. Thank you.
Hello everybody, I'm Yuji.
And I'm Muffin!
Today we are going to be doing a review on the real Ashley Ketchum. But first, sprites.
Today's sprites are made by Cinderduck.
Thank you.
These are actually like really, I like these a lot.
I do too, they're adorable. Quick disclaimer! Yes! I know Ashley will not listen to a damn thing we say. Yes! I know this video is probably a huge waste of our time, but I've been planning this video for far too long, and there's no way in the fiery pits of hell that I'm going to scrap it just because Ashley is a twit.
This is something that Yuji's been very passionate about for a while. There's a lot of people that there's a lot of ranters on YouTube that don't like Ashley and have made videos. Yes, but we also don't like Ashley's attitude at all. And so we've had to deal with seeing her around DeviantArt for far too long. So yes, this video might seem like a waste of time, but we just want to rant a little bit.
Yeah, leave us to our rant. As I said earlier, today we're going to be looking at a very infamous user on DA, TheRealAshleyKetchum. Now, for those of you who don't know who she is, then allow me to quickly explain. I believe what skyrocketed Ashley's popularity is the fact that she made a Pokemon fan character who was Ash's biological sister and had the two in a sexual romantic relationship. I don't think I need to explain why people kind of freaked out when she was found. Now, after Ashley was discovered, people started to notice that she traced images and claimed she drew them by hand. There is a whole journal about Ashley's tracing, which I will link down in the description, but I will show one or two of the images Ashley has traced on here. Look, I know tracing is an actual technique people use to learn how to draw. It's also a technique a lot of animators use to get more realistic animation. It's called rotoscoping. I learned this from one of Ponder's Rocket's videos, though I can't remember which one. But for the love of all that is holy, just fucking give credit to the original picture. Please! Wanna know what? Another side note. Don't go on DA and trace over other deviants' pictures. That's just a don't fucking do it no matter what situation. Unless it's a base. Or a pose reference. Don't do it! There's nothing wrong with referencing a picture, especially if it's a specific pose you like and want to see your character in. Just don't trace it!
As long as the picture says don't reference without permission or one of those bases you have to buy.
Yeah.
But besides that, nothing wrong with just kind of loosely referencing a picture.
Yeah. Now, Muffin and I are going to be looking at a couple of her pictures, a few of her short fanfics, and finally reviewing her character, Ashley. But first, we're going to be looking at her DeviantArt ID, because Muffin has some things she wants to say. Oh, one last thing. Ashley tends to misspell pretty much everything. So instead of correcting it verbally, we're just gonna throw up text with the correct spelling on screen. Also,
there's a lot of sentences where it's written kind of weirdly. Usually I'd stop and be like, hey, you could actually write it like this and make it you know, flow better or actually understandable. I'm not gonna be doing that with her because we'd literally be stopping the video like every minute or so. I don't want to do that. So today, she's not getting that much help from me.
Yeah, unless I decide to write up a quick reference on screen as well, but I doubt it. Okay, anyways, her DeviantArt ID. Do you want me to read it or should you read it?
I'll read it. Hello, my name is Ashley Ketchum. I am the stepsis of Ash Ketchum. Wait, is this up to date?
Yeah, it's all up to date.
And we are dating. The ship is adorable. Ash x Ashley. Missy is just a jelly bitch bitch. Who doesn't like Ashley because Ash is better than her? Fuck all you hating cunts. You can all burn in hell with Misty. Sorry if I sound rude, I just hate stupid haters. If you're not a hater, then you're fine with me. Also, I have a YouTube. Please sub. YouTube link. Also, if you're thinking of drawing my Ashley, please ask me first.
Okay, wait, first I'm gonna stop you right fucking there. I hate this. I hate this so much. Just please ask me first if you want to draw my character. First of all, fuck.
understand. I'm having a little bit of trouble understanding because with Muffin, like, I love fan art. I would love it if you all drew Muffin. I don't care. Draw my character as much as you want. I don't care how you draw her. I don't care. I don't care. But I'm trying to understand, maybe there's a reason behind this. Okay. And I'd be okay with that. But, like, you can't say, hey, don't draw my character, but then you go and trace over other people's artwork, heavily referenced, like, to the point where it's, this is obviously the same thing, just changed slightly. You can't take people's artwork like that and then be like, oh, but you can't draw mine. You can't pick and choose like that, honey. If you gotta take people's artwork, people can take yours. Like, if you take people's artwork to make your character, you can't bitch about people drawing your character. Respect goes both ways. Anyways, my OTP is Ashley for life. And then a fucking second YouTube link to the same YouTube channel. First off, it's hard for me not to think this is troll just reading that. If you're serious, then writing something like that can make it hard for people to take you seriously. At first I'd think you're just young and mature, but you've claimed in several comments and in some of your videos to be around the age Yuji and I are. Maybe a little bit older, I'm not sure. If you're trying to be genuine and not a troll, then I think you have a lot of growing up to do here. All of this either makes you seem like a very angsty 10-year-old who has some issues, or a troll who's just doing what trolls do, but I don't think being a troll makes up for the fact that you're taking people's artwork and tracing it. There is a difference between being a troll and plagiarizing. Also, plugging your YouTube channel twice in your bio, that's a bit excessive. Yeah, it makes you seem like kind of big-headed also.
Yeah. And no, Ashley, we're not calling you the mythical creature troll. We're calling you the Urban Dictionary definition of a troll. Troll, one who purposely and deliberately, that purpose usually being self-amusement, starts an argument in a manner which attacks others, a forum without in any way listening to arguments proposed by his or her peers, yada yada yada. And the reason I bring this up is because of this journal right here.
I'm not an ugly troll. I looked up what a troll was. Troll, noun. A mythical, cave-dwelling being depicted in folklore as either a giant or a dwarf, typically having a very ugly appearance. I'm not ugly, nor a dirty troll. I am beautiful, and you all are just jelly that I am. So shut up. I'm pretty and beautiful.
I always want to read that as bootyful.
Bootyful. See, and it's things like this that either make me think that one, you're extremely young, which is a bit concerning considering the types of thing you're posting on your DA, or two, you're a troll. Like I said earlier, trolls are fine and all, but, if not slightly annoying, as long as they're not harassing anyone. But part of me also thinks that you might not be a troll, in which case things like this only make you look disingenuous and annoying. And you wonder why people dislike you, Ashley.
Other than, your character is the stepsis of Ash and they're in a sexual relationship, but we'll talk about that a bit more later. It's
not
really
okay.
not.
I understand you made them step-siblings now, which is slightly better because they're not in the same gene pool. But that's still not okay given their relationship as siblings.
Anyways, we're gonna be looking at a couple of her pictures. A lot of them are older, since she doesn't have a lot of really updated pictures. So, but really they all, you'll see what I mean later. I can't fucking think right.
Okay, so we're not sure if this one is one of the pictures that was traced over referenced heavily. Right now I'm gonna act as if maybe it wasn't. We'll find out later. Maybe someone in the comments can link us to the original picture if this was just something traced over. But honestly, this doesn't look terrible. You actually have some art skills, even if this is traced over. It looks like at least you have some skills, maybe shading? While I'd like to see you expand your skills beyond just drawing this one character over and over, you do what you want. I do think you need to pay more attention to detail when it comes to faces, specifically her eyes. It looks a bit odd to see no black pupil in the middle of her iris, and her eyes are way too large for her face. I understand you're going for that whole anime eyes look, and this is something a lot of people mess up on early on when drawing anime eyes. There's a difference between having, nice, lovely, big, round anime eyes, and having eyes that take up 2/3 of your face. It's just a bit creepy how large they are. I would also like to see you put more effort into her nose, mouth, and eyelashes. You know, you put some amount of detail in her eyes, but then the rest of her mouth is just kind of like nothing. That's also awkward to see too. We have tons of tutorials figured on CC's DeviantArt and even just Yuji and I's own personal DeviantArts about drawing different parts of the body, including a lot of different parts of faces. It would be good for you to go try out a few of those.
Moving on to the next picture.
I haven't read this character's bio or backstory yet, and I don't know if we're going to, because I don't want to go too deep into this rant personally. I don't want to touch very much of this. So I'm not sure why she's carrying a bloody knife. Is this just your way of making her look edgy, or does this actually have something to do with the backstory? I don't think an edgy character like this really fits into the Pokemon universe. Yeah, they have, okay, let me explain. I said an edgy character like this. I know, especially with like the new Sun and Moon and like, you know, of course, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, they have edgy characters like, is it the Skull Gang? What are those?
I don't remember. But they have edgy-esque characters, but nothing like Gosai edgy, you know?
Yeah, a different kind of edgy, like emo edgy, not, oh, I'm gonna kill everyone edgy.
Yeah, also, Muffin, I think you've totally forgotten we have an entire script written for her bio.
So, like I said, I don't think an edgy character like this fits in the universe. Again, there are definitely slightly edgier people we see throughout the games and the show, but something like this does not fit well. And your character can be out of the box, that's fine. It can be something, a different take on the universe, that's fine. But it still has to somewhat fit within the universe, or else it's like, why don't you just make this for its own universe? It doesn't even fit well in the universe you made it for.
Moving on to the next picture.
Okay, come on. If that's supposed to be Ash, you could at least draw him correctly. It looks like, what is his name from, I can't believe I forgot his name. It's slipped right now. He's a cat up there. You know, when he runs out of his superpower and you just kind of... It's him except for dark hair.
Kaminari!
It definitely looks like him except just like black hair.
Kaminari.
But yeah, you could have at least drawn him correctly. You seem to be such a huge fan of Pokemon and everything, which I don't want to call you a fake fan because I don't know you very well, but you could at least draw the main character right. Now, I've said this plenty of times before, so by now everyone knows this. I'm not a huge fan of OCX canon relationships. There's some where I'm like, okay, that was done kind of well. But most of them I'm just, it's just people wanting to put themselves in that universe, which I can understand, but like, it just, I don't know, it kind of bothers me to mess with universes like that.
Because you have such a hatred towards OCX canon relationships, a lot of people think I do as well, and I'm just like, no!
No, Yuji has OCX canon relationships, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I have plenty, because I'm trash.
I just don't like when people, because like, for me, a lot of the universes that we review characters for, the universes are so well written. I like them so much. And to put your character in that universe with another, like, actual canon character, I feel like messes with the universe too much. It bothers me. Anyway, so I don't really like OCX canon relationships. However, I really wouldn't care all that much if this were just a normal OCX canon relationship. I don't see what the appeal is to have your character be step-siblings now with him. Maybe that's a kink. I think it's one of those kinks where, like, I hate to kink shame, but shameful. That's shameful kink. It doesn't work in canon unless you were to write a whole AU about this, and it also just makes your character have a very Mary Sue feel to her. Like, you keep posting stuff about how you're so upset, all the haters and stuff. There's ways to write a character to make you stop getting hate. You're just making your character look like a troll.
And now for another picture. Muffin's
so I've never heard of this user until Yuji actually brought her to my attention a while ago. So I know very little about this character. It's obvious from these few photos that she's a Pokijinka of some sort. Honestly, I think that could be interesting, and I'm not sure if they have these in the actual games or show at all.
Nah, it's just basically humanized Pokemon.
Yeah, I think that could be interesting, so I can't be too mad about this. The only thing that does bother me a bit is that it feels like you're overstuffing her with super special things. I mean, she's already mildly attractive, dating Ash, step-siblings with Ash, and now a Pokijink as well. It's too much. You know, you can put some special traits in your character, but when it comes to too many, like, special, like, wow, I didn't see that coming, that's totally, like, that's out of the box for a character traits, it gets to be too packed and like, okay, well, this is too much for a character, this character sucks now. I swear, if we read her bio and she's one of those OCs that everyone loves, or on the opposite side, everyone hates because they're jealous, I'm gonna scream.
Oh man, Muffety, you're gonna be pissed.
Oh my god.
Alright, now that we're done with some of her pictures, we are going to be reading 2 of her fanfics. Right here is Ashley's first ever fanfiction that she wrote. Now we're going to read this and then read her newest one just for comparison, okay?
This is my first fanfic. I love it. The title might be cheese, XD, but I love it. Summer confession. It was a hot summer morning. Ashley was playing with the Gorgus and her other Pokemon, enjoying the bite summery days she had spent, but what she didn't know was that Misty was watching her, super jelly that Ashley had gotten to spend a lot of time with Ash, who was Ashley's stepbrother. But Misty noticed that he saw Ashley more than a close friend, which made her rather angry. While Ashley was playing with her Pokemon, Ash walked over with a little blush. Ashley had noticed her stepbrother acting a little strange recently and was worried that he was angry at her or something. He quickly said, "Hi Ashley, I need to talk to you all what the fuck? Hi Ashley, I need to talk to you later in the day." And he was quick to levy. Ashley, rather confused, tried to catch up with Ash, but with her new Pokemon behind her. Misty was following them both. Misty liked Ash, but she knew that Ash loved Ashley much more than her. LOL, she's super jelly. Ashley caught up to Ash, asking him, "Ash, what's wrong? You've been acting all weird lately. Are you angry at me?" She said, upset and confused. Ash sighed. He'd have to tell her this now. He put his hand on her now red cheek and said, "No, Ashley, I'm not angry at you. His face was red as he said, "I love you. So cute." Ashley's face was fully red now, her Pokemon giving her some space. Ashley said, You do?" A smile came across a Kroshger face as she looked at Ash. He was rather flustered at the adorable Nez. He said, "Yes." Ashley was very happy. She did have feelings for him, but she wasn't sure if he'd like her back. And being the daring girl she is, she kissed Ash. And he was surprised at first, but then was fine with the kiss. While the late Misty, she's not dead, she's not the late Misty, saw her kiss him in front of her. She was heartbroken and ran away crying. That's being mean to poor Ashley. And they broke the kiss, not noticing Misty. They spent most of their time together and cared for each other, while Jelly Misty kept trying to separate them. They never did, and Ashley's former friend was now just an annoying person who he didn't even like anymore. He thought Misty and him were friends, but he realized that she truly wasn't. So Ash and Ashley dated, happy to be together and hopefully forever. The end. I wonder what your parents fucking think of this shit. I apologize.
Muffin's getting hashtag triggered. Alright, so that was her first fanfic.
Have you played any of the games? Have you watched the show at all? Ash has a lot more female companions throughout the games and the show than, he has so many more female companions than just Misty. Is every female companion he has out to get your character?
Yeah, pretty much.
How does this work within the history of all the shows, the movie, and the movies, and the games? Because it's not just Misty who's perceived to have maybe some sort of a crush on Ash.
Yeah, even one of his later female companions kisses him.
Where does this fit in between all, the canon of the show and the games and all that? Where does this fit? Where does your character fit? Or are you saying you rewrote the whole Pokemon universe just for your character in Ash? Because if so, you didn't do it very well. Anyway.
Now we're going to go on to her newest fanfic, I believe I chose out, just to show you guys the lack of improvement in her writing.
It was Christmas Eve, and Ash and Ashley were enjoying the snow to get her. It looked so nice, nothing coiled ruin it, except Misty and Serena, who were both glaring at Ashley T. They were so jealous. Yeah, jealous of Ashley. Ashley had a nice white jacket on with the scarf that Ash had given her last snow day, warm winter. The two idiots were planning on once more ruining their relationship. Horrid, I know. Serena thought about pelting Ashley with snowballs, so the two began to pack some snow in their hands, ready to throw at Ashley. Then the two began to pelt her with snow. She really didn't accept it as her eyes quickly widened. Huh? Ash was quick to look for anyone who was pelting his beloved Ashley. Only to see Misty and now Serena. He angrily yelled, "Leave her alone! I hate you both, so just go!"
It's along.
Oh, leave her alone! Ashley was crying slightly as the two ran off. They didn't want to get chased down. Ash cuddled Ashley as he said, "Don't worry, we can just go home and I'll help you dry off." Wink, wink. Oh, I'll help you.
No, stop, please, gross.
Except, you won't be getting dry. He said, smiling. Ashley kissed him lightly on the nose. "I'm so glad to have a boyfriend like you, Ash." She smiled, even though she had dry tears as the two went home. Meanwhile, Misty had fell into a tree well. Tree well? What is a tree well? And now Serena was trying to get her out, only to get stuck as well. Ash and Ashley cuddled up near a warm fire as they enjoyed Christmas just being together. The end. While Misty and Serena were gone for days, they starved to death in that tree well, eating each other for food.
Oh gosh, now they're gonna be Wendigos. Now they're gonna be Wendigos. But as you can see, there wasn't a whole lot of improvement between her oldest and her newest. There's still a lot of misspells. She doesn't space.
I will say, there was a lot so the way we do these, any rants or reviews, we put them onto like a Google Doc or a Word document, so, the words that are misspelled come up with red lines underneath them. You've all seen that. I will say there's a lot less red lines in this second one than there were in the first.
Yeah.
I have to say, like, 2/3 of the first one were red lines. This is maybe just 1/3. So I guess your spelling's gotten better, if anything.
Yeah. And now, the moment you all have been waiting for. We're going to be reviewing Ashley's character. Are you prepared?
No.
Alright, starting off with the looks. The art isn't all that bad. And as far as I know, this one is not traced in any way, shape, or form. So, it's not horrible. The hand looks weird, and the lines are a bit shaky, but it's not...
Yeah, it's not horrible. And I do have to admit, hands are hard. So, being that hands are hard, you didn't do too bad. My problem is, why does every character have to have large breasts the size of their heads? And, like, even in this nude picture, if she has breasts that large, they're not going to be perky like you have shown there. You know how bad they're going to sag? You take off that bra, those boobs sag into her belly button.
Yeah.
That's just how boob physics work.
Unless they're fake.
Ooh. Ashley, do you have fake breasts? Is that why your boobs are perky?
Cause gravity is a thing, and with D-cup breasts, they weigh at least 23 pounds, right? That's gonna sag a lot if you're not wearing a bra. Unless they're fake, because if you look at any woman with abnormally large fake breasts, they kind of sit in the air on the chest rather than sagging down a whole lot.
They sag a little, but since they're is it silicone?
Yeah.
They don't really they're not saggy like fat is.
But anyways, now we're moving on to the bio.
Name Ashley Ketchum. Stepsis Foff Ash.
Okay, I know we kind of mentioned this earlier and a lot, but I'm going to mention it again, because it's something that genuinely bothers me. Why? Why is it so fucking necessary for your character to be related to Ash in some way, shape, or form? First, they were biological siblings, and now they're fucking step-siblings, which, yeah, is not as bad because they're no longer blood-related, but they are still step-siblings, and it is still disgusting. Like, honestly, why is it necessary? Why can't your character just be dating Ash with no relation? I just don't understand why your character has to be related to Ash while at the same time screwing him!
Age 18, just like Ash. Likes candy, shiny things, kawaii things, being petted. Okay, so like we said earlier, I'm not going to point out where everything's misspelled, but there's a lot of misspelled stuff in this bio. Slow down a bit. Ash. Friends, nice people, her kawaii tail and ears. Dislikes, rude people, bitter things, bullies, Misty, and the other jelly whores.
Okay, so this is another thing I noticed with you. Whenever someone ships Ash with other characters from the show, you get ridiculously upset about it, making some very crude pictures compared to your character with mainly Misty, making Misty out to be this horrible, disgusting, ugly creature while always making your character seem like this beautiful goddess that can do no wrong. You get jealous of fictional characters because they're shipped with another fictional character. It's ridiculous. Like, come the fuck on. Grow up and get a damn life. Holy shit. Now, don't get me wrong. You are 100% allowed to dislike or hate a character, and maybe draw hate art of that character. But you just take it to an extreme that makes it seem cringy. There's no other way to describe it. It's fucking cringy.
And ugly things. Personality. Sweet, loving, friendly. You're not so... What happened to just saying, calling them sluts up there? You're not so friendly or sweet or loving unless it's with Ash. Besides that, you're a bitter old hag. Kawaii.
Kawaii is not a personality trait.
Tsundere. Yandere. Oh, you're both? That's a bad mixture. Shy, sleepy at times.
I don't think you include sleepy at times in the personality section. This more or less sounds like it would go in a section like flaws.
Unless, okay, there's a few webcomics I read. One of them, gosh, I wish I could remember the name, because Tower of God. So, in one of the webcomics I read called Tower of God, it's really good. You should go read it. Sorry, you should go read it. There's a character who, in the beginning of, I'm not going to spoil too much, but in the beginning, when we first see him, he sleeps a lot, so his personality is, always tired, very sleepy, likes to nap. He's in the middle of a fight, he just curls up with his pillow and naps. So, yeah, that could be a personality trait. Not sleepy at times, but always tired, maybe. Lover, Ash. Height, 5'5". Weighed 111 pounds.
I feel like she should weigh more than that because of her big badonkadonks. Like, honestly, if this current weight is including her boob weight, I'm going to assume she has D-cup breasts at least. Those would weigh about 15 to 23 pounds. Now, let's just assume her breasts weigh the max of 23 pounds. Now, subtract that from her weight, and we got 88 pounds. That's not right! I know some thinner people can have some pretty big tits, but the back problems! The back problems!
Beshes. Mix between skitty and human.
This might be considered a minor nitpick, but you should probably write something like a skitty pokijinka.
I don't think it's a nitpick. I think considered pokijinka is kind of a well-known thing now. That's what they're called. Skitties are so cute, just like Ashley is.
Okay, before we move on to final thoughts, Ashley made an updated picture while we were in the middle of this script. And a new bio for the character, but not a lot changed. But we're gonna look at it just to kind of be somewhat fair.
Okay, so I think in some ways the art's got a lot better. I'll give you that. You've definitely improved. The shading looks great. I think, clothing you definitely need work on, but it's not horrible. In some ways, the eyes have gotten better. And I do think you learned how to kind of make your noses cute. Oh my gosh, and your hands are better. Your hands are better. There we go.
Still a bit weird.
But other than that, I still do think you need to look at anatomy, because that neck is non-existent. The ears are coming out of like 4 different places between all these pictures. You don't have a solid place where the ears come from. You need to figure that out. There's a lot of tutorials. There's a lot of tutorials, believe it or not, on how to draw ears on people. Go out and look at those. Your eyes are cuter, but, you know, just drawing faces in general so it all fits, that would be good. Shoulders you need to work on because no shoulder's that tiny. Waists, you know, your waist is just a little bit bigger than your neck. That's not a thing. I'm sorry.
Oh, and I just realized something.
What?
With the way her waist goes out, like, they don't line up with the legs. Do you see that? It doesn't line up. Her legs are a lot thicker than what they should be. It looks like you drew, like, the waist and the skirt and then drew the legs underneath.
Like, okay, you can have a big ass and big tits. If that's really what you want your character to have, I'm not gonna like it. But okay. But anatomy needs to be a thing you get down, or else this is just gonna look awkward.
Yeah.
And then also, let's be honest, if she has a waist that tiny, her legs, even if she works out, her legs aren't gonna be that massive. They're gonna be muscular, but they're not gonna be, that thick, you know?
They're gonna be tiny, skinny chicken legs.
Well, no, they're not gonna be tiny, skinny. They're gonna be muscular. If you work out, they're gonna be muscular, but they're not gonna be like that. They're gonna be well-defined, nice legs.
Well, if she doesn't work out, though, then they're gonna be kind of skinny.
Meh.
But anyways, honestly, this is actually really fucking cute. The skirt is still a bit short. Pretty sure I'd be able to see her ass peeking out the bottom. And her breasts are still uncomfortably big for the waist size. Like, seriously, think of the back problems. But what happened to her skinny tail and the little sash thing? This picture in general looks really good. There's still some problems like we pointed out. And the one thing I do think you need to work on a bit more is the hands. Try making the fingers rounded and not points.
What I would also like to point out is, like, a background for this would be nice. And also, you have a lot of black here, but it looks like there's writing peeking out between there. And beside, another thing I like to point out is what I say a lot of times, a background would be nice.
Yeah, you had a background on the previous one.
Yeah, why not this one?
Anyways, we're gonna quickly read through the bio.
Name, Ashley Ketchum, stepsis of Ash. Age, 18, just like Ash. Likes, sweet things, chips, being pet, leashes, shiny objects, Ash, friendly people, supportive people. Dislikes, annoying people, rude peel, girls who go near Ash, haters, people who hate her, bitter things, rainy weather. Well, you hate bitter things, you better check your personality, because your personality is pretty fucking bitter. Personality, oh, I hate that you wrote it out like this. Oh.
Let me see if I can do this. Personality.
Friendly, outgoing, moe?
Yeah, moe. A Japanese term used in connection with manga or anime to describe something precious, usually, but not always, the ideal of youth and innocent femininity. Not really what I would put in a personality trait.
Innocent femininity? You think your character has innocent femininity as her personality? I don't think so, sister. Your character is a tsundere and a yandere. She is not moe also. Your character is an asshole. Precious femininity, my ass. Shy, sometimes. Cute, bubbly, kingy, sweet, and kawaii.
Kawaii means cute. Don't.
Lover, Ash. Height, 5'6". Oh, did she add an inch to her height?
I think so.
Interesting. Weight, 115.
But her boobs! Her weight should be like 138 or some shit!
Also, seeing that new updated picture, we haven't seen her ass, but you suggested with those thighs that her ass is large and thick. You suggested that she is thick in the butt area. So, why is her weight 115? I'm not even 115, and I'm pretty well shaped. Like, as in, like thin. I have a little bit of weight to lose, but I still have like an athlete's body, you know?
Yeah, Muffin's got athlete's body, and she's got some pretty defining muscles in her arms now.
Because I pick up chicken tubs all day for work.
Yeah, and she's got, like, B cup at least, right?
Yeah. Ranges between B cup and C cup depending on the type of bra I'm wearing, honestly.
Yeah.
But, anyway, that being said, my weights nearing 130. So the fact that your character's weight's 115 is impossible. She shouldn't have those breasts.
Yeah, in order
she
for
shouldn't
her...
have those legs or butt.
Yeah. In order for her to weigh about that much, she'd have to look like me. I'm tall. I'm excessively thin, verging on anorexic, to be honest. And I've quite literally got no breasts to show. And I weigh at least 98 pounds. She'd have to look like me in order to weigh 115. It's not healthy. Stop!
Species, mix between skitty and human.
And as you can see, not a lot changed from her previous model. She got rid of the yandere and the tsundere crap, but still not a whole lot changed. But anyways, we're finally moving on to final thoughts.
The only thing I really want to say on my final thoughts is, like, we've looked through your profile. There's not a lot that makes me think you're not a troll. I really think you're a troll, and not even the good kind of troll, the annoying kind of troll where everyone's like, just go the fuck away. Understandably, there's a lot of trolls that are like that, but there are trolls that are just like, aha, you're trolling me, that's okay. Those are the kind of trolls I like. This is the one where it's like, no one likes you. Everyone wants you to leave them the fuck alone. And there's nothing convinced me that you're not a troll right now. So if you're trying to be genuine with what you're putting out, there's a lot that can help you out. Your drawing's not that bad. You don't have that much to learn. You know, looking up some simple tutorials about just face and anatomy will make you go a long way. And then I think you could be really good. Your writing needs a lot of work. I think you need to slow down a lot, you know, put things through spell check more often, and maybe get some people to help proofread your work. But you can definitely improve a lot there. But I don't know what to tell you to help you out with that, because I don't think you're genuine. I think you're a troll, and I don't know, I really enjoyed this rant, but part of me is mad that people, you know, you're causing such a fuss that people are spending so much time talking about you. If that makes any sense. And I think that's all I have to say about that.
I mean, there is a reason behind that. Your attitude is fucking shit beyond all natural belief. Like, oh my god, you get so unnaturally mad about a fictional character. You get so overly defensive about your character and Ash's relationship. Because a lot of people point out that they're step-siblings, they shouldn't be in a relationship because that's fucking disgusting. Like, I understand if it's a kink, okay? I think it's an absolute disgusting kink and just fucking gross, but I understand if it's a kink. People like what they like. It's fucking weird and gross, but I think you should really keep that to, like, a personal thing and leave it out of your fucking character's information. Okay, look. This character does have some potential in it.
A small amount.
I think you should go find a blank Pokemon bio sheet. I need to make one for the CC DeviantArt. Aggressive Ox asked me to a while ago. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to that. Anyways. And just fill it out like that. Ask friends to proofread, and I think you should really branch out with your artwork more. Don't just draw, Ashley. I can understand liking to draw a character. I like drawing Rose a lot. My little Scarface little fuck that's on screen currently. I love drawing her all the time. It's fun, but it'd be best to branch out a bit more. Like, maybe draw some of your other favorite characters from TV shows, and just to get some more experience in, because if you just draw the same character over and over and over again, you're not going to improve a whole lot. So go out and draw sceneries, go out and draw your other favorite characters from games, anime, anything. Just branch out, and you're bound to improve a lot more. Also, stop getting overly jealous of fictional characters. That's just fucking ridiculous. I forgot what I was gonna say, a good majority of it at least, because Muffin's dad called, and I went blank. But I think that's it for this video. Sorry if we got a bit overly angry. This was a rant, so I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, I'm Yuji.
And I'm Muffin.
And we are Constructive Criticism.
We'll see you in the next video, guys.
God, I'm so tired.